So, I managed to get some sort of lung squeeze today while freediving. As my previous ADA instructor told me, he says it's probably not lung squeeze, it's probably something called trachea squeeze. So, it's my first time getting trachea squeeze, and I've had it for about 2 weeks now. I got it a week ago. That weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I was diving every dive to over 25 meters, about 25.5 meters. I dived the whole Saturday. I had about 30 dives beyond 25 meters. On the Sunday, again, I had about 30 dives beyond 25 meters. And during the Sunday, I'm not sure if it was this late on the Saturday or the Sunday, but one of those days I coughed a bit of blood up, and I thought, it's kind of strange. The strange thing was that I've had sinus squeeze a couple of times, and normally when you come to the surface and you spit out and you see blood in your spit, for me in the past that's always been sinus squeeze, and I thought, but my sinuses are quite clear, and I kind of cleared my sinuses by sort of sucking back through the nose and then spitting out, which normally clears out anything in there, and there's no blood whatsoever. And I thought, oh well, maybe nothing happened. And I dive again, come back up, spit out blood again. I think, where is this blood coming from? It's not. It doesn't seem to be in my nose. Even if I exhale out of my nose, I'm not getting any blood. So eventually I started to think, this is lung squeeze, or trachea squeeze, technically. And basically, how I pretty much think I got it was basically descending down to 25 meters frequently, and every time your trachea here, every time when I'm coming to the bottom, I'm coming to the end of my free fall, I'm looking up to see when to turn, and I'm putting a lot of strain on this area of my body, while I'm not that used to diving that deep. I didn't want to believe that it was trachea squeeze, because 25 meters is not that deep, but it is. So I'm kind of just putting this video out there just to, tell you guys, whoever's watching, just be careful. It can happen. I think anything over 20 meters, you start putting yourself at a little bit of risk of these pressure injuries. I mean, at 20 meters, you're at about 75%. You're at 75% lung volume. Loss of lung volume. So you only have 25% of your lungs, your lung capacity left. And at 25 meters, you're down to 82.5% volume lost. So it's not residual volume, but it's after after 25, after 20, and going towards 25, you're heading towards residual volume and getting near to it, and that's where the damage starts to happen. So my advice to anybody who's watching this, guys, because when you start going beyond 25 meters, stop going down with your head looking up, and keep your head straight. Another thing, I was going to say what I'm going to try next time. I'm going to try not look up at the bottom when I'm coming to the bottom, when I'm approaching the bottom. Try rotate as slowly as possible while keeping my head and chest in line when I get near to the bottom. Once on the bottom, when I kind of had to figure out how to rotate without moving my head, once on the bottom, I'm not going to push off the ground as hard and look up to start my ascent, and do that in a more relaxed way. And another thing is, stop diving directly down to 25 meters, because normally when I start diving, I just go straight down to the bottom, and I guess this kind of was not a clever thing to do. The first time I got this lung squeeze was actually a week ago, and I thought, well, I hope I'm better today, and I dived today. And I went down to 12 as my first dive, and then I went down to 80 my second dive, and then I went down to 25 on my third dive. I was looking up again, came up, spitting blood. I went down, a few more times, blood just got worse and worse. Every time I come to the top, coughing, and then spit out the blood. So yeah, that's my story of trachea squeeze. Be careful. Don't do what I did. Speak to an AIDA instructor about how to not get this. Don't take my word for it. Try find some professional advice on how to prevent this. And yeah, just be careful. Alright, cheers guys. Bye bye.